Lunenburg English is a moribund, German-influenced dialect of English, spoken in the town of Lunenburg and Lunenburg County in the province of Nova Scotia. It is sometimes called Lunenburg Dutch. The dialect shows unique features in pronunciation, e.g., lack of rhoticity in syntax and vocabulary, which portray the various socio-historical influences. History. Lunenburg was founded in 1753. Troops from Braunschweig-Lunenburg settled in Nova Scotia as well as many Germans, some Swiss and French. In addition, between 1759 and 1768 around 8,000 New Englanders settled in Nova Scotia as well and also had a great influence upon the dialect in the county, although German emigrants at this time were mostly from the Palatinate and Württemberg. The town Lunenburg, where the name originates from, was in the electorate of Hanover. This might be due to some German veterans who had been in the king's service. During the early years of the settlement, German, French, and English were all spoken privately and in church. However, French died out first, while German prevailed longer. The majority of the Lunenburg settlers belonged either to the Lutheran Church or the Reformed Church. Several Lutheran churches used German for the sermons and received German-speaking clergy from Germany and Pennsylvania, USA, until the end of the 19th century. Thus, the Lutheran Church helped to preserve the language in public use. German was more commonly used in the countryside than in the town itself. Most families who used German in the town were engaged in farming or simple labor. Nowadays it is not spoken in the town anymore. The 9th census of Canada in 1951 reveals that 15,531 out of 33,183 of the population in Lunenburg show a German ethnic background. However, only 78 residents who presumably were all from the oldest generation listed German as the mother tongue. Pronunciation in Lunenburg County is known to be the only mainland white Canadian community to be non-rhotic. This shibboleth, however, cannot be traced back to the German influence, since German in the 18th century was highly rhotic. However, New England speeches are. Lesson 1 suggestion is that the New Englanders who settled 7 to 8 years after the non-English-speaking foreign Protestants taught them English, so they had great impact upon the dialect. Pronunciation. There are several unique characteristics regarding the pronunciation. The most distinctive is the treatment of r before consonants in final position of a word. However, there are also some homonyms and some smaller particularities that are limited to the region. Treatment of r before consonants and r after stressed vowels. The r is lost after stressed syllables, after, farm, park, far after, here, gear after, air, pair, pair after, sort, war, more, or however, after. The members of the community were constantly rhotic, e.g., in words like first, work, or turn, and the r is realized as before vowels, e.g., furry. There are some incidents when the r is pronounced in unstressed syllables. Final or etc. is pronounced, but if is followed by a consonant, it will also become after, and the r will be pronounced fire. Not all people in Lunenburg speak this way nowadays, especially younger people tend to use the r more. This is due to the immigrants' influence who come from other parts of the province or people from Massachusetts. German influence. While the non-rhoticity derives from the New England settlers, there are also characteristics in pronunciation that probably come from the German settlers. One example is the tendency to use for w, hw and v, which is particular to the Lunenburg County and probably rooted in German, since in German w is pronounced. Another example is the substitution of an for the English th sounds, der for the, ders for those. dem for them, der for their, they for they. Sample of a conversation between two people. The kids were over there in the woods, getting into this and that. Quote, they never did. Yeah, and now they gone da get some of dem der apples you see. Quote, you don't say. No foolin', they over there now. Quote, they brung some of them apples over here a da day before. Oh, they were some good eatin' I bet. Quote, now look, you make no never mind, those were da best apples I ever did have, they were some good. Quote, oh, here they come now, they better no da wash their feet off. For most words ending in t, the consonant stays silent, i.e. forget. Syntax. The few syntactical characteristics that are following are becoming very rare or slowly went out of use already. One example is the splitting of a verb, which is very common in German and used in Lunenburg as well. German, meinetwegen. Examples, will you go with? I'm going with. Come on with. German, abwaschen. Example, wash your face off. Thus, used once, and with can be found in final position of a sentence. Vocabulary. Lots of vocabulary is from German stock. However, there are also extraordinary New England features that are rare and not used in the rest of Southwest Nova Scotia. Get awake instead of wake up. All in the sense of all gone. For example, my money is all. From German fressen, to eat greedily. Raised donuts have the name which comes from the German word fastnacht. Slices of dried apple derives from the German word schnitt, means insipid, and derives from the German lappisch,